Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And let's bring in Congressman Gill. And so many questions we want to ask him. Where do we start, Rita?
Well, boy, there's a lot. First of all, I agree with John. I love that song, and we love Congressman Brandon Gill from the great state of Texas. And Congressman, the undermining, it seems, of the Democrats, especially as we're heading into the midterms, already they're like trying to undermine the China trip. They've been undermining Iran. It's like at every turn. Aren't they ever going to root for America?
You know, I would hope so. And I think what's the most disturbing about this is they're not just going after the president for ideological issues they disagree with him on domestic policy. They're weaponizing foreign policy, certain areas where you would think that most people in the United States would agree. Most of us should agree that Iran is a major, in some ways, existential threat to the United States, especially if they get a nuclear weapon. You would think that most people in the United States, Democrat or Republican, would be able to agree that China is a major geopolitical foe long term. And yet Democrats are weaponizing every single thing the president is doing with either country, every single engagement, using everything they can to threaten to weaken him and weaken his posture towards those countries. I mean, it really, I think it's really astounding.
I mean, Hakeem Jeffries has looked pretty bad lately. I mean, they're making some major mistakes. I mean, the Democrats just don't look good. I mean, how can any red-blooded American vote for a Democrat these days? Because they all have to follow the leaders. There is not, when the Democrats vote, there's not one dissenting vote.
That's exactly right. There's not one dissenting vote. They all follow the leader. And I think that the question going into November especially is going to be, who is the leader? Because right now it seems to either be Mamdani, or some people are mentioning AOC, or or occasionally they'll pick some other crazy lunatic. James Tallarico in Texas is apparently the big leader. And these are some of the craziest people their party has produced in decades. I mean, Tallarico in Texas is the one who's made it his cause to promote transgender abortions, whatever that means, by the way. You've got AOC who's going off the deep end every other day, and Mamdani, we all know what he stands for. But that's where they are right now. They don't have a message other than hatred of President Trump, and they don't even have a leader. And I think that whenever the American people have a choice this fall, it is going to be between sane and insane. But it's also just going to be which party actually has a platform, because right now the Democrats don't.
So, yeah, by the way, before we let you go, Congressman, too, you just launched a big new task force looking into fraud, Medicaid fraud. Talk about it, because that's a big deal.
Yep, that's right. This is a task force on defending constitutional rights and exposing institutional abuse that I'm going to chair as part of the Oversight Committee. And the first line of business for us is going after Medicaid fraud in Ohio. And what we've found so far is we believe to be about $1 billion a year that's being laundered through a long list of shell LLCs that are facilitating Medicaid payments to operations that we don't even know if they even happen. These are home health services. So we're going to get to the bottom of it. We sent out letters requesting documents and information and communications from the Ohio Medicaid Agency, from the Bureau of Program Integrity, and from some of these LLCs, because it is our job as Republican members of Congress to make sure that our tax dollars are being stewarded properly.
Well, I'm so glad that you're overseeing that. You got to keep us posted and come back on soon, because that is something the American people care so much about. Congressman, thank you very much. It's really awesome to have you here always, and keep up the good fight.
Thank you. I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Congressman.
Thank
you.
77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.